From the moment you lay eyes on the Jasion Patrol 52, it's clear this isn't your typical electric bike. With its dirt bike inspired design, aggressive styling, and attention to detail, it's a bike that immediately stands out. Powering the Patrol 52 is a 4,000 watt peak rear hub motor. Paired with a removable 52 volt 30 amp hour lithium battery, Jasion rates it at speeds up to 40 miles an hour. But during my test, I reached top speeds of 43 miles per hour, giving it plenty of power for both city streets and weekend rides. Helping keep that power under control is a full hydraulic suspension system, along with hydraulic disc brakes both front and rear. Combined with its aggressive knobby tires, the Patrol 52 is designed to inspire confidence whether you're riding on pavement or exploring off-road trails. Other features include a full-color LCD display, bright LED lighting, NFC card key security system. On paper, the Patrol 52 offers an impressive combination of power, comfort, and technology. But as with any bike, the real test begins once you leave the spec sheet behind. So let's hit the road and find out what Jasion Patrol 52 is really all about. Let's check it out.
This is mad heavy, bro. The fender. All right, guys, here we have it all built out. I finished unboxing the Jasion Patrol 52 dirt bike, and as you can see, it looks amazing. This black and yellow accent, that bumblebee type of look, I'm a really big fan of it. It just looks incredible. All right, so let's start from the meat and potatoes here. So we have your logo right here, 01 with the Patrol, which is in plastic. You also have your front mud guard, which looks insane. Look, it gives it a nice contour to it, and very dirt bike-ish. So look at these tires, guys. This screams dirt bike all across, and these are actually 19-inch in the front, and you have 17-inch in the rear. So you have these nice flares that say Patrol, real cool. You do have disc brake in the front and in the back, and also it's powered by hydraulic brake, as you can see, which is a very nice touch. Every company should always give you hydraulic brakes. The Jasion Patrol has it. Okay, so now moving on to the handles. So here you have your front brake. Here you have your rear brake, which is right next to your throttle. Another thing I want to talk about is the seat. This seat right here has one of the best rides I ever had when it comes to comfortability. It's like a jello-y type of material that it won't make you tired or fatigued throughout the whole ride, I have to say, right? Another thing I want to talk about on this bike, as you can see, it has pedals. So yes, you're not gonna have no trouble with the law, because a bike that goes up to 40 miles an hour, the cop's gonna be snooping their nose and be like, that bike is too fast for an e-bike. But once they see the pedals, they have no choice but to leave you alone. Yes, we have bike pedals. They don't do much. I try to pedal on this, but it's, the bike is too heavy, and it's kind of very impossible to, you can, but trust me, you're gonna need a lot of leg power to get this bike moving, because this bike weighs 115 pounds, and that's without the battery. With the battery, it goes up to 130 pounds. So you're talking about a very heavy bike. This is the meat and potatoes. You have up to 4,000 peak watt power on that rear base hub motor, and you can feel the power because it's also combined with 145 Newton meters of torque. So the minute you twist this throttle, you're gonna feel the responsiveness. You're gonna feel this bike pushing already. This bike has a lot of power. It goes up to 40 miles an hour, which is crazy. Also, the battery is a 52 volt, 30 amp battery. So it needs to be that chunky, it needs to be that heavy in order to move that amount of power, right? This bike has hydraulic suspension. You have in the front and you have in the rear. And I have to say, guys, the ride experience on this bike, it's super comfortable. Okay, moving on to the controllers. So here you're gonna find your button to turn on your headlamp and your tail light, which is cool. You have a horn, Not the loudest, but at least it gets the job done. So moving on to the digital screen, as you can see, you press the power button on, it's gonna ask you for a code. So I have a 4-digit code, but I'm not gonna show it on screen. I'm just gonna use this. They included the NFC smart key. So all you have to do is tap the screen and the bike is completely unlocked. 2026, every company should be doing this. Let's say you lose this in your ride, at least you have a 4-digit code in your head that you can use. Another thing I wanna mention is that this controller has 5 positions. You have position 1 all the way up to 5. I'm gonna take it to this bridge right here and I'm gonna try to go top speed as much as I can on each single position. That way you guys can get an idea more or less, you know, how this bike does in the road. Jasion Patrol 52, beautiful bike. Let's go into this bridge and just test it out. All right guys, so we're gonna test each position on this bike. So starting with 1, we're gonna see how much it tops at, and so on and so forth until we get to the last position, which is position 5. So it's on position 1. Let's see how fast it goes. Okay. All right. All right, so it's topping out at 10 miles an hour. Okay, 9-ish, almost 10. All right, so let's move on to position 2. All right, I feel a little boost. Okay, so it's like programmed. So it stopped at 15 miles an hour. So position 2 gets to 14 point change, 15 miles an hour. All right, let's go on to position 3. All right, felt a little kick there. And it's going 19 miles, 19.5. All right, let's see if it goes any faster. So 19.5, 19.5. All right, let's go on position 4. Now we're feeling the speed now. So now it's topping out at 30 miles an hour. So 30 miles an hour is the top speed for position 4. Now we're gonna go in position 5. Oh yeah, you feel that responsiveness quick. All right, so I'm doing 40 miles an hour already, 41, 42. So it's doing 43, guys, wow. 43 miles an hour. That is insane, 43 miles an hour. Oh, wow. That was crazy. So 43 miles an hour, top speed with my weight, but obviously going downhill. So I was able to, damn, it goes so fast that I'm already tearing on my right side of my eye. Let's just try it one more time. Let's go back where we came from. But yeah, guys, position 5 got me to 43 miles an hour. Also, take a look at this graffiti right here. It says Brooklyn right there, as you can see, right? No family greater than Brooklyn. And under the bridge, park. So yeah, I believe so. All right, so let's go back. It's just the Brooklyn in me. All right, let's go and get back on this bridge. So let's just start from here. All right. All right, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Last bump. All right, home stretch. Let's see how fast this bike can go. So this is pretty much flat, and it's topping out at 39, 40 miles an hour. This is pretty much flat. Okay, this is flat right here, guys. So 40 miles an hour with no hills. Obviously with hills, 42, 43, 43 miles an hour, guys. Not bad. Yeah, that was pretty sick. I'm not sure if this odometer is accurate or not. It's a free one. It's marking that I topped the bike at 41 miles an hour, but all right. So you know what? Anyway, definitely take it with a grain of salt. Let me go over here away from traffic. I don't want to hear people complaining. All right, let's stop right here. All right, guys, what can I say? Jasion Patrol 52. This bike does not disappoint, I have to say. And that's something to actually really respect, because a lot of companies create e-bikes and you see a lot of countless videos, but a lot of people, I'm not sure if they really saying the truth on specs. Like me, as you guys saw, I'm very transparent in all my reviews. And I have to say, this is my first dirt bike review I've done, and this bike is insane, guys. I'm not trying to push it because I care less. You know, I'm the type of person that I like to be more, you know, a respectful viewer, and I know how hard it is to earn money. So, as you can see, 41 miles an hour. If you're skinnier than me, you're gonna go faster than that. Downhill, you saw it, 43 miles an hour. For a bike that costs less than $1,500, we're talking about $1,399 US. I think this bike is very interesting, and is, you know, you should take a look at it. Again, I noticed the way the suspension is just very cloudy. You know, like it's like you're on clouds. It's very cushiony, and that's something that, going at that top speed, it just felt so secure. I never felt like I was out of control, you know, if that makes sense. So I think the Jasion Patrol is an awesome bike. Honestly, the ride experience is phenomenal.
After spending some time with the Jasion Patrol 52, I can honestly say it's a fun bike to ride. It has plenty of power, the suspension is comfortable, and with its 52-volt 30-amp-hour battery, Jason claims up to 50 miles of range on a single charge. Of course, your actual range will depend on how you ride, your speed, and the terrain you are riding on. Is it perfect? No. If I could change one thing, it would be the pedals. Since there's no gear system, they're difficult to use if you actually try to pedal the bike. Personally, I would like to see a geared drivetrain to make the pedaling more practical. That said, once you're riding under electric power, it's easy to forget about the pedals altogether. The motor does most of the work, and that's really how this bike is meant to be enjoyed. Overall, I think the Patrol 52 delivers a great combination of performance, comfort, and features for the price. If you've been looking for an electric dirt bike without spending several $1,000s, this is definitely one worth considering. If you'd like to learn more about the Jasion Patrol 52, I'll leave links in the description below. And a big thank you to Jason for supporting this episode and sending the Patrol 52 out for review. As always, all opinions expressed in this video are my own. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, create beyond boundaries.